Oh, the consumers are going to pay for this. Look, the Durbin Amendment, as was discussed earlier on your program, was one of those things that just came out of nowhere. It was just hard to believe it could pass. You had both leading sponsors, Barney Frank, Chris Dodd, opposing it. Now, as regulators try to implement, you got the OCC saying this is damaging, the FDIC, you got the Fed chairman, Ben Bernanke, who's setting the price and saying the criteria that these prices are being set by is wrong. I mean, this is a bipartisan coalition. We have 17 co-sponsors, people who voted for this bill, believe it, on the floor. It was hard for me to believe that the Durbin Amendment had any chance of passing, because what you're doing is price setting. It's unbelievable. And my friends in the free market, my friends that I worked with for many, many years, obviously don't like government involvement unless it benefits them. This is one of those cases where we need to step back, look at this. There is a problem. I agree, there is a problem, but price fixing by the federal government is not the way to do it.
Well, you know, the biggest question is, does this actually benefit the consumer or not? There have been a lot of people who say this just takes money from the banks and gives it directly to the big box retailers. Consumers aren't going to be in any better shape.
Look, the big box retailers did an outstanding job. Many of them are my friends. I used to build big boxes all around the country in my former business. They did a great job of making this look like it was going to benefit the consumer. As was mentioned, many of these companies in their earnings report are already stating how much more they're going to make. The consumer ultimately is going to pay. And what's going to happen, as has been editorialized by the way, papers that have a slant on both sides of the aisle, what's going to happen is consumers are going to pay more for credit if they can get it. There'll be less credit available. That's what happens. As we know, in a free market system, when price setting comes into play, you end up having less of whatever it is you're price fixing, and that's what's going to happen in this market, and everybody knows that.